What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, y'all. Hola. Hey, boo. Hey, y'all. What's up? Hey, y'all. So, did you all catch Miss Teresa's radio interview that took place this morning? That's what we're going to talk about. And I'm also going to be playing some of the interview. Thank you, boo. Hey, y'all. And I'm also going to be playing some of the interview. But you all, if you all have heard the interview, I think it's plain as day that the media has definitely tried to paint Miss Teresa as basically kind of like suspect. You know, they're trying to make us think that she's this, that, and the third. Even there's people that's taking on this Kanika case and talking about it. Just regular, people are even trying to paint her as this evil, person who did this, that, and the third to her child for some money, and just try to paint her, basically as the bad person, you all. But that interview was very telling from point A to point B. I think that, like she stated that everybody that was at that hotel, including the staff, everybody is a suspect. I don't even understand how did she get treated so poorly. Just hearing that interview alone, it just doesn't make any sense, y'all. But I'm gonna play the interview for everyone, and then we'll talk about it. But yeah, so let's go, y'all. Let's go.
One for hip hop and R&B. Good morning to you, Chicago. It's Kyle, Kendra G, Leon Rogers, and we have a guest here this morning, man. This is kind of a very important interview today. We want to introduce and we want to bring on the show today Kanika Jenkins' mother, Miss Teresa Martin. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
We know you're going through a difficult time, a tough time, and there's a lot of
And
emotions.
this is 40 minutes long.
Just a lot that you're dealing with at the moment. So up front, we just want to say thank you for taking the time to come and join us and speak with us today.
Thank you all for having me.
Make sure y'all pay attention and listen.
So for those who, I'm assuming everyone in Chicago knows the story of Kanika Jenkins by now, but Kyle, just a little backstory. The 19-year-old girl who was found frozen in a freezer in the Rosemont Crown Plaza Hotel.
That's right.
So let's start there. Let's start the night that you got the phone call about your daughter. Okay. I received a phone call 4:34 in the morning from her friend stating to me that my daughter's missing. They can't find her. So I asked them, could they take their time, just have a little patience at first to see if they can find her. In the background, I hear one of the other friends stating, she tired of waiting, she tired of this, another, getting a little rowdy. So I asked them to calm down and just bring my car to me. Because your daughter because they were at the hotel for a party, and your daughter was the driver of the night. Yes, my daughter was the driver of the night. And they had her keys at this moment. They had her keys. And they never mentioned that they had a phone until after I got off the phone with one friend. I called her phone just to hear other friend state to me that I have a phone too. So I asked them, I said, y'all, wait, hold on. You have my car keys and her cell phone? I knew something wasn't right. Right.
She knows something isn't right. You don't sound right.
After that story, you obviously went to the hotel and began the search for your daughter. And the hotel at first wasn't as cooperative, correct? No, they wasn't. Okay. From when me speaking with her friends, when the hotel, the friends stated to me that they was looking for, because I asked them, to continuously look for her at first. Right. And she said that they was making them leave. The hotel was,
They were trying to kick him out.
Yes, they were going to kick him out that night.
And
because
this is like about 4:00 in the morning.
Oh, before.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
They was going to kick him out if they leave and call the police on them to arrest them.
Now, why were they threatening to do that? Just because they were being too rowdy, making too much noise?
No, because they stated to me that they told them that my daughter was missing. They couldn't find her.
And they felt like that was reason to kick everybody out?
Yes.
Now pay attention. Is that not strange?
The friends that called you, when was their last time that they saw your daughter Kanika alive? What's their last reaction, interaction with Kanika? Well, they stated to me it was two, because I asked them how long she been missing, and they said it was 2 hours before they called me. I asked them why didn't they call me before. They said because one of the friends didn't want me to know that my daughter was missing. The one that left my house with Kanika.
So who left her house with Kanika?
Now,
Was that
did they say
Monifa?
how she broke from the group? Like, how did she break away from the group?
Right.
Okay, it was like two different stories.
Two different
First,
stories.
that day that she came up missing, they stated that they left her in the front lobby, which is on my 911 call.
Front lobby.
Because that's what they told me. Then later on that day, in the afternoon, headed towards the evening, they stated to me they left her upstairs by the room door.
So they changed where they saw her last.
Yes.
But isn't there a point, if I recall correctly, when they released the videotapes, there was a point where she got out the elevator, but somebody was in the elevator? Am I recalling that wrong?
Those were, I think, the allegations of people saying that they were in an elevator. Because there's been so many conspiracy theories when it comes to what happened with your daughter, Kanika.
So we didn't see anybody in the elevator with her?
No, not in the videos, not that I saw. Did you guys see anything different? No, we didn't see anything with that. No.
Okay.
But again, so many conspiracy theories were being thrown out there. So now, okay, so you're at the hotel, you find her. So when do they actually, from when you get to the hotel, when does the hotel finally find your daughter in the freezer?
Well, once I arrived, they finally found her after the third time of us coming in, me and my family coming up to the hotel begging for help.
3 times. It took 3 times.
Pleading with them, and also Rosemont Police Department.
So it was like hours. Like, was it like 36 hours?
Yes, it was like 36 hours.
They said they had 36 hours to do some shit.
Why, if somebody says that their daughter is missing in their hotel, why wouldn't they be willing to help?
Right. Why?
Did they give you a reason as to we're not concerned, she'll just show up, she's probably okay, and they just blew it off? Did they have a reason for why they're not willing to help at that point?
Well, they stated to me that, basically it wasn't their concern, the hotel, Crown Plaza, and manager at the time. That's a police matter.
A police matter, y'all. They said it's a police matter. The hotel said it's a police matter the whole time.
48 hours in order for you to file an official report.
24 hours.
24 hours. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, it's more than 2 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
So when did they finally go look through the tapes to realize, okay, she really was at this hotel? So I guess I'm trying to figure out, how did they discover her in the freezer?
Okay, when my daughter went up there.
Your other daughter?
Yes, my other daughter, Lenore.
Okay.
When she went up to the hotel, when I came, after me returning back home, she headed out the door as I was coming in, her and 2 of her friends. And when they got up to the hotel, they asked, the person at the front desk if they can look on the cameras and see once again, if they see, if Kanika was there.
Right.
And they stated to her also as well that it was a police matter. So she calls 911 as well.
A police matter.
And the police suggested that and told her that he couldn't leave and come up to the hotel to meet her. She would have to come down to the police station.
Who can't leave the police station?
Got to the police station and made the report, the missing person report. The only reason that Crown Plaza Police Department came back up to the hotel, not because of my daughter was missing, not because of the missing person report, was because Lenore forgot to put her signature on the missing person report.
Because they police moved because she forgot a signature, not because her baby was missing.
Police Department.
Shit is crazy.
Once he got there, and he had called and asked her where was she. She stated that she's back up at the hotel. She's telling the person at the front desk at the hotel that now she has a missing person report number. She stated could
Definitely
they look at the cameras, and they still deny her, to see if her sister was missing. She asked the Rosemont police officer, if he can give her a copy of the police report. He stated to her it'll take all day, he can't give her a copy, so she asked him could she have the number to the missing person report. So upon his arrival, Lenore asked him, could you please look at the cameras, the security cameras, to see if they see Kanika. And he finally agreed he would. He went into the security office, from my understanding.
And this is the officer that we're talking about
Yes,
right now?
the officer that made out the
Right.
missing person report.
Okay.
Lenore stated to me that he went in there like 5 minutes,
5
came
minutes.
back out, and stated that on the first missing person report, that he searched front and back, and he did not see Kanika entering or exiting the building.
A 5-minute search, y'all.
So that means she wasn't there, according to them.
According to them, she wasn't there.
She wasn't even there
So
to them.
so who found Kanika in the freezer? And did they find her just by accident, or did they find her because
Listen
they
to
were
this,
looking
y'all.
at the videos?
Okay, well, when we was there at the Rosemont Police Department stated that they're the ones that found Kanika.
Rosemont said they found
But
her.
with me looking at the news and reading in the newspapers, an employee found her.
She had to look in
So,
the
that's a
newspaper,
good
in the
question.
news.
I really wouldn't.
And an
So you're
employee
not-
found
I
her.
You're not for
This
sure.
shit
I'm
is
not for sure.
crazy.
Right.
But you actually, they brought you to see Kanika while she was in the freezer.
After being denied at first, because I asked them, and I went on Facebook because I needed help. I was looking for help, and I started timing myself basically to let them know, just in case if something like this come up, they couldn't say that I wasn't conscious
Right,
enough.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
This
Like, I
lady
was,
is not
out of
crazy.
my
She
mind
has
or
good
whatever.
sense,
And
y'all.
I stated, because I had made
Don't
a
let
post
the media
on Facebook
fool y'all.
before that, when I was in the search of Kanika, that I needed help. If somebody see my daughter, to inform me. And after I made this live video, I re-entered the hotel, and I asked them, how was she laying? The head detective, how was she laying? He stated she was laying on her side.
She was on her
And I
side.
said, was she laying? How was her legs? Was they curved? Curved? Like in a
In a fetal position.
Yes. He said no, they were straight. I said, okay. Next question: can I see my daughter? How she died? How she laid in the freezer? As I wanted to see her.
She wanted to see her baby.
He said, the detective stated yes. An hour or two went past, give or take. The sergeant come in with a very rude attitude.
Sergeant having a rude attitude. Why? With the person
No,
who's a victim.
you cannot see her. It's against our procedures, our policy. You can't see her. So I asked him,
Couldn't
with
see
the
her
card
baby.
that the leading detective gave me, is it possible that he can put write his name on the back of the card? He stated yes. After he stated yes, I said, and as well as your badge number. And I hear him whisper to the detective, badge number.
Shit is
So then he
crazy.
said, as everybody getting ready to round up to go, he said, you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna speak with the coroners and see what they can do. So here we go. Hours later, 5 hours.
Right. Bye,
maybe a
love
little
her.
bit more, but
Bye.
rounding it off, 5 hours later, they come to me and states, only I could come see her. Me, I'm allowed, and I could bring one more other person with me. That's when they allowed me. They walked us back there. They said, wait, this is a crime scene.
A crime
You
scene.
are not
Listen.
allowed to take any photos.
They said it's a crime
can't
scene.
touch, and don't touch anything.
But no
And
tape.
they watched us as if we was there. Like we was involved in it. It seemed like the crime scene was on us, not what went on with my daughter.
They treated this lady bad from day one.
So you
And they
see
said
your
it was a
daughter in the
crime
freezer.
scene, but
Now,
no
to bring
tape,
up
no
to date,
gloves being used.
I'm sorry. No, at this time, they had removed her from the freezer. I asked them, yes, they removed her from the freezer. When they removed her from the freezer, by the time we came 5 hours or plus later, more later, rounding it off, Kanika was laying on a stretcher in a white body bag already.
So you never saw her.
I never saw her. I never saw her. They stated as well
She never
that
saw
there
her.
was no signs of foul play.
Right.
Like it was just a normal look.
That's what they
No
say.
no signs of sexual harassment and anything.
Right. So do you believe differently?
Are y'all
From
listening?
seeing the pictures, yes, I believe different.
She believes
Because the pictures came
different.
out. Before that, though, the video came out. So when we saw the video of her trying to find her way throughout the hotel, what did you think about the videos?
That she was wandering in the hotel and she needed help. And, she had a hotel, a 5-star hotel.
Right.
I know it was surveillance.
5-star
Just like
hotel. You already
on
know.
each floor, they might not have cameras all through the hotel, but entering and exiting the elevator, There are
There's
cameras.
cameras. Yeah.
But it is her on the camera because, like I said, so many conspiracy theories. Some people said that's not even her on the video. You do believe it was your daughter on the video?
Yes.
That was her daughter on the video.
Do you believe they're saying that one part of the video when she's walking towards the refrigerator, that's her last time being shown on videotape? So do you believe she could have just literally walked in there and got locked into the freezer? And what they're saying to be true is she got locked into the freezer and she died because of the coldness. Do you think that could be true?
Well, see, we wouldn't even be sitting here today to guess it. It
Thank
was
you.
a camera. As we went in there, if you could look at the video, me and my daughter, which is some of the parts what we did, as we went in there, I'm looking at my daughter, and I looked in her face. She had a disgusted look on her face. That's an angry look, or somebody agitating her, this type of look. So I'm looking, and then I asked them, I said, can I see the freezer? Because I work in the cafeteria. So you can't tell me that she walked in this freezer and couldn't get out, because of our freezers. And not only that, me working within the CPS,
Exactly.
cafeterias.
This is no accident, baby.
Before, every freezer has a release button or some type of handle, whereas you can't get locked in this freezer unless you've been locked on the outside. You get locked in from the outside.
Which would have taken, obviously, somebody else to do purposely.
Right.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what you're saying.
Yes.
There's no way she could lock herself in by herself.
Exactly. So once entering,
No way.
and I see the freezer. Then the leading detective stated to me, she just walked in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
This is before I told him I worked within the cafeteria.
Right.
She walked in the freezer, and when she walked in the freezer, she walked in. He never mentioned it was a double freezer. Walked in the freezer, closed the door behind herself, and just froze to death.
Right.
So, I wanted to see it.
You want to see it.
I said, so she couldn't get out? He said, no, she couldn't get out. Because once you locked in, you locked in.
Right.
Is that
Well,
not
he doesn't know what
crazy?
she knew
But you
about
can get
freezers
out.
At that time.
Exactly.
Oh, hold on. What's wrong with the video? Hold on. Oh, man. Hold on, y'all.
Right.
Hold on. Let me see if I can go back a little bit. Hold on, y'all. I know, right? Hold on, y'all. It just started tripping for no reason. Oh, man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let me try to get my phone. They got me messed up. Dang, for real? For real? Hold on, y'all. Because it's playing now. Let me see. Let me pull it up on the computer. Give me a second, y'all. We're going to go right back where we started off. I stopped off at. I'm playing the whole 40-minute interview. Kanika. But in the meantime, are y'all really listening to this interview? Like, really listening to it? This is crazy. Okay, hold on. I don't know why it stopped playing like that. Let's see.
107.5 GCI, the size number one for hip hop and R.
Let's see. What minutes were we are? I got to back
We
up.
went into the security office, from my understanding.
And this is the officer that we're talking about.
Yes,
right
the officer.
Hold on.
They couldn't say that I wasn't, the doors open. I asked him when I first went back there, so you're saying it's a double freezer? He said yes, but on our way back there, if you can see in the video, I'm pointing my finger. I'm looking for cameras. Because that's my purpose, because you can't tell me this happened with no camera in around, and every time I point, I see a camera. Except when we go by the freezer, that's like blocked out, which it was a camera above that freezer. And okay, we're gonna go back to that. I'm sorry, please forgive me. When I go back to the freezer, they had both of the doors open. And
did we already pass this part, y'all?
Door, glow in the dark, plastic release button, big white glow in the dark. I said, so is this a release button? He said, the detective said yes. And the sergeant standing back there with us.
We're past this part?
As I said, we're being watched as if we're the criminal, or we did this to my daughter, as if we was going to get arrested. So he stated,
y'all want me to leave it right here or scoot down?
The second door.
I went too far?
Is this a release button? Big white button. Maybe, as they say, you couldn't see, but it was lightning in the freezer. And only thing we saw on
okay, I'm just going to stay here, y'all.
Made in the triangle.
Let's listen. Let's just listen.
And I'm like, okay. I said, so I that's when I stated, I work in the cafeteria. I've been working there for 7 years. I say, there shouldn't have been no way that she shouldn't have been able to get out these doors. I thought you told me, and I asked the detective, you said that she couldn't get out. How is that when it's release buttons on each one of these doors? And he just shook his head,
Yes, I understand.
So where are you now as far as what it is that you want to see? They've closed the case officially. I know that you guys are not happy about that and you want to continue the investigation. So what do you want to see happen? Where do you see this going from here? Are you trying to get more people to come in and reopen the case? What is it that you want to do?
Yes, I would love for the FBI to come in.
Come on, FBI.
The reason why I said that, they stated it was a natural cause.
Exactly, from day one.
Examiner, anything. So the Rosemont Police Department knew this would happen with no professionalism. They said it wasn't no sexual harassment or assault or whatever.
Not assaulted sexually.
Right. Exactly. But how is that? From looking at the pictures, obviously you'll see that it was something going on. At least, with that, if you would have just saw it without being a professional doctor or whatever, examiner or whatever, first thought would have been them being professional cops. Hey, it's something had to go on. And then to come to find out, after all that, at the closing meeting, my daughter asked them, did you all take fingerprints? And they said no. Why not?
All right.
Why not?
No fingerprint.
You know what I'm saying? Because I work in the cafeteria once, as I mentioned. And in the cafeteria, you got to clean up behind yourself.
Yeah.
That's sanitation,
So, question. Well, two things. One is because the Rosemont police did actually turn down, because the FBI one time make an offer.
If they were reached out for assistance.
And so Rosemont turned that down, correct? They didn't want to have anything to do with the FBI coming in. Allegedly.
How can police stop the FBI? Since when?
Was the question ever presented to the people of the hotel? Why was this freezer even still in operation if it wasn't being used? Like, because I'm under the
kitchen was supposed to be closed.
I'm under understanding that kitchen was closed and that stuff wasn't even being used. So why even have it on? Because then if she goes in there, she's just inside a room. She's not inside a freezing room. Did that ever come up in conversations with the hotel?
No, I never found out about this freezer wasn't working or none of that until after the fact. I'm hearing it from the media or whatever, and my attorney as well,
After she's gone. Right,
she's gone.
Right.
And then at the meeting, the sergeant said they'd had numerous of murders, deaths or whatever, however he named it. Don't quote me. He said, but this is the first time we ever had to deal with an attorney. And rolled his eyes at me like, how could you be mad at me when I'm the one who's taking the loss? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, where do you...
Like you was doing something.
Exactly.
Right.
That shit
If nothing else,
crazy.
people should have been treating you with compassion.
Exactly.
If nothing else.
And with the cell phone. They did ask me twice for her phone. And you know why? I was afraid to go back up there because the next day I asked the detective when he called my phone and when he was asking me about her phone and to come up there, come back to the Rosemont Police Department to come up there, and I was not going by myself because I knew I needed some help.
Right. Yeah. The hotel offered to pay for Kanika's funeral. Did you accept their offer?
Okay. They offered to pay for her funeral.
Yes.
You know why I did not accept? I refused. Because even though they offered to pay for it, they never once gave me their condolences. Well, of course, they probably did after I made initial clues to Facebook and the media. You know, how could you offer to pay? You all don't care. It's not about money. It's not about money. That's why I reached out to the world,
right,
you know, for help. And I'm still asking for help because something's just not right.
Right. I want to bring up some of the activists. Actually, how I got in contact with you was via Andrew Holmes. He's the one that gave me your number, and we actually talked the night prior to when the videos were released. And I know you were upset with him because what happened with that? Did he have the right to go? Because he was the first person to talk about the videotapes. Did he have that right from you to do that?
No, he did not. Okay, first of all, Andrew Holmes just popped up from nowhere. He stated to me, I asked him when he called my phone, who gave you my number? Who is you? He stated that he was somebody because I'm asking for help. Right. So I'm figuring, you know, he coming to help me. And he stated to me that he was from Chicago Police Department. He's a special investigator and he's going to get me answers. So...
Special investigator?
Yeah, that's what he stated to me.
So you were misled?
Yes, I was misled.
Okay.
From the beginning.
From the beginning. So
do you have any communication with him now or no?
No.
Okay.
There's no need.
Right.
I know other activists, I know from Facebook you accused of them raising money without your knowledge all the way for the protest?
Yes.
So what was that situation? Because they were saying that, you know, money's necessary if someone gets arrested and for the buses, and that they explained that to you and you were okay if they got money to take care of those situations.
Listen, let me tell you something. I didn't know my purpose of being out there. I thank God for everybody. Whichever way they did it, I asked for help. When you ask for help, you can't direct the help, which way this help going to go. But as far as them collecting money, I never knew about it until I made a status. I wish I would have known. I would have actually wrote down a date. See, like I said, I did timing again. And I went on Facebook to let people know that I did not know, it was, when they collected that money, I was not aware of it.
Okay.
2 days later, I don't know how many days. When I found out, the day I found out, they stated to me that they're gonna give me a ledger, and before we leave the protest that day. And I'm like, I'm like, okay, what is this? And they stated to me that
y'all know this lady don't got nothing to do with this.
It was funds that they had collected because of the protest, And I'm like, oh, okay. They said, what do you want to do? They asked me what I want to do with it. I said, well, if you all collected for the protest, save it. And it was some people got locked up, and they was like, somebody got locked up. I said, well, go bond it out. Don't y'all have that money? I didn't want to touch it because if they collected if that's what they was doing, then I'm a firm believer. If this is what you're doing, for whatever reason, y'all decide to collect it without my knowledge, finish doing what y'all doing. It's not about money. And it was people that got bond out, they had to pay out of their own pockets, And I'm like, they had the money. I don't have no money. I'm getting calls saying, where the money at? They told us you had the money. I said, I didn't never touch nobody money.
Okay.
Right, don't put the money.
You didn't even know the money was being raised to do that.
I didn't know. Right. I didn't know. Right. And it's like, as you all, because I'm putting it out there. I'm looking for help.
She needs help.
But I'm also focused. And people is like they're doing certain things. And I'm not the victim. My daughter was the victim. But don't try to put me a part of that because I don't believe in using people.
Amen.
And I think that's the question. Kendra spoke on it, but I think some of the other activists that are out here, if you've had direct contact with them, or if you haven't, what would be the overall message to them right now? Because I understand where you stand, but what would be the overall message to them? Because sometimes I feel that they can do more harm than help.
Exactly.
In this situation.
Exactly.
So what when you sit up, if you had one message that you want to say to them, what would it be?
My message to them is stop taking advantage. And if they haven't took advantage of nobody, then don't do it. Especially when a time of need, when someone is begging and grieving, don't take advantage of them.
Amen.
Do what's right, and stop using God's name in vain.
What I say the other
you
day,
can trick a whole lot of people with the word.
Amen. Yeah. For real.
And honestly, I never met none of the activists. Besides Mark, I knew him, from the neighborhood. But personally, none of the activists. So they coming out and they introduce and they said, well, of course, you make it seem as if they're here to help you. And all along, everybody's out for the same purpose.
Exactly, to suck you dry.
Well, I'm not going to say everybody, but the ones that fall into that category.
Right.
And it's sad.
And we know who she's talking about.
It's such a devastating story. So at this moment, and just to pick off what Kyle said, because the photos came out publicly. Was that your first time seeing the photos too?
Well, they showed us 4 of the photos when she was in the freezer, and one of the photos, the 5th photo, that was like a picture of her when she's walking in through the lobby, you know.
Well, when I saw the photos on last weekend, I was heartbroken because my mom passed, and I have photos when my mother died, but obviously they're not public. I never want them to be public, and I was like, this story has become so transparent that all these photos and your daughter's last final hours we get to see, and I was just like, that is so. It's sad to me, because at the end of the day, this is a public story and we all need answers, but then you are also a mother and this is your child. And do we really want to have the world see your child at her last moments? It's just difficult. So we all feel for you. Mm-hmm. We all feel for you, because to go through any loss is terrible. To go through it in front of the public eye is unimaginable.
Exactly.
So from the city of Chicago, so you do not agree with the simple story of your daughter walking into the freezer and freezing to death. That is not acceptable to you.
That's not acceptable.
Not acceptable. Okay. No, it's not an accident.
It should have showed not only besides the back of her, but the front of her as well. It was a camera directly over this freezer.
They took
the
cameras.
Showed us images of that.
I know that. at the meeting, the closing of the meeting, I asked the detective and also as well as the sergeant, and the sergeant said aggressively there wasn't no camera, so I guess the camera disappeared too.
Right.
That's crazy,
because all the images we've seen are her walking through the kitchen, but
that lady ain't crazy. She got good sense,
and we don't see her actually walk into the freezer. But you're saying there was definitely a camera there.
It was definitely a camera there.
What about the statement? Because there was a lot of controversy about whether or not Andrew Holmes actually said, we see on the camera her walking to the freezer and the door closed behind her. I was one of the people that said, I know I heard him say that. But then when I went back and I tried to find the transcripts, I couldn't find it.
Andrew Holmes called my phone. I had just got out of, I'm still a little sedated from my surgery, because I had an infection, And he stated to me on the phone, which I made a live of that too. Mm-hmm. He said, earlier that day, and I was so, distraught, because I'm like, did you see the camera? He said he saw her. He saw the camera of her walking into this freezer.
Physically walking into the freezer.
I
heard him say that. Yeah.
And I said, for real? He said, yeah. Because they was trying to get me to come down there by myself. I said, no, I'm not going to come down there. I want my attorney. Yeah. I'm not coming because I was afraid.
Right.
If they doing all this line from the beginning, what makes me think they won't try to do something to me?
Right.
So
that's why she handed over her phone.
He told me to get on. He said what you should do is get on live and make a live and tell them that you saw the camera of Kanika walking into the freezer. I said okay. He said because the hotel is not making no money. They want us to stop this. They want us to stop. They want it to stop. Saying the Hotel Crown Plaza want us to end it. I said, okay. The protest. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay. So I thought about it, with me just hurting. I lost my daughter. Wait, I'm just getting over cancer. Lost my daughter. And then I have a person I'm being portrayed, stating as if they're for me, they're going to get answers. Then you give me these type of answers. Even if but without me even seeing the video. Like, you're a complete stranger. You popped up from nowhere.
Right.
You want me to, but I don't believe your words either, because even though the Bible tells you watch as well as pray.
What I tell y'all?
So you mean to tell me I'm going to listen to your words and
Don't
do
just
exactly
listen.
as you say?
Look into
not
it.
having seen it for yourself.
Not having seen it for
You're saying
myself.
he just wanted you to say what he told you.
If that's the fact, me just want to listen to words, I would have listened to the Crown. I mean, Rosemont Police Department when they stated my daughter just walked in there with no type of exit way, no way to get out this freezer.
Right.
If this was an
I'm not
accident, we
listening
wouldn't
to
be
words.
dragging
Show
it
me.
off.
So
When
as
there's
a
cameras.
So as a follow-up to that, I just want to ask you, since you obviously don't believe the narrative that they gave you, what do you believe actually happened? Are you saying I'm still looking for information, or this is what I believe happened? Do you have something that you believe happened?
I believe that it's a cover-up. I believe I'm still looking for answers. They can't
Still
see
looking for
if
answers.
you wouldn't if I wouldn't have never saw these cameras that could have showed me exactly what they're saying to me. I'm not denying nothing, but show me. That's all I asked them in the first
So
place.
the autopsy report says that she wasn't violated. You don't believe the autopsy report?
No.
Okay.
Exactly.
They didn't see any signs of violations.
Oh, okay.
You know, no. Because from the pictures, what do you think?
The pictures did. Now I'm gonna be honest. When I saw the pictures, because her shoe was off, like she was scratched, it looked like something happened to her. But then when we looked more, was it hypothermia?
The definition of hypothermia, and in the last stages is hypothermia. It feels like your body's burning. People try to take off their clothes, and you actually kind of go insane, for lack of a better term. Could do anything from viciously scratching yourself, hitting your head up against walls, or whatever. So when we read the definition of hypothermia and these symptoms and the stages of it,
And within that definition, it also states that they're normally the average person is normally found naked, right?
completely naked.
Completely naked, exactly. So once again, no signs of sexual assaults, right? But you see in the pictures that her breast is out and her pants is unbuttoned and halfway down. So maybe not, no signs of it. But I don't know what's the sign. What do they call
Exactly.
signs
What's
of
the
sexual
sign?
assault?
Right.
So you're not saying I believe she was sexually assaulted, but you are saying, show me some proof to the things you're telling me.
That's it.
Show me some proof.
Right.
Did you reach out to anybody to do an independent autopsy? Not one that the city did, but one that you did on your own. Maybe there was somebody you could reach out to. I want to do an independent autopsy.
Yes, I did. I did have my. God bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, we did. We had our own independent autopsy. I'm still waiting on the results.
Okay, so those results are not
She's
back
still
yet.
waiting.
Yes, we had it done after. The medical examiner did theirs.
I think, and this is just my personal opinion on it. What I really hate about this whole situation is there was a young lady with a promising life ahead of her. I understand that she had just got a new job and was about to start doing great things, and all we can talk about is conspiracy theories. And as a father of 3 daughters, like, I don't know, I'd be out of my mind. Like, people's lives would change because I'd be out here crazy. So I commend you for keeping it together. But it's just sad that we have to have all this mess
Exactly.
over this young girl's life instead of her just being able to rest in peace, which we're trying to find the answers to
Exactly.
so she can rest in peace. I get it, but it's just it's heart-wrenching for me because, like, seeing the pictures of her, I start thinking about my 18-year-old, and I had a conversation with her about this is why it's important to be aware of your surroundings and everything else, because you're just speechless. You know what I'm saying?
And not only did me searching for answers for my daughter, I not only thought about my daughter, I was unselfish enough to think about the world.
Everybody's children.
Everybody's children.
The
Or
village.
even themselves.
The village.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Man, it's
And I
so
wanted
sad.
you to be aware, because the way that they was telling me and the covering up, if it didn't happen before, it's gonna happen again. So I wanted to bring awareness.
Yeah,
to
with
the
all
world.
the sex
Right.
trafficking and stuff that's going on out
save
here,
somebody.
it
My
leaves the
daughter's
door open.
gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Save somebody.
Are you? What are your feelings towards her friends that were with her that night? Do you hold any blame towards them?
Like I stated to them,
Listen.
I'm not blaming anyone, because everybody at the hotel I look at is a suspect.
Suspects.
I'm not saying that they
Everybody.
did it. Everybody that was there that night.
It's a suspect.
So, like I told them, I stated to them after they came to my house looking, I said, I'm not saying y'all did this to my daughter, but what I am saying, you all should have had enough loyalty not to leave
Definitely.
my daughter.
Right.
Where was the loyalty?
Yeah.
So
How
I
y'all
can't
leave
feel,
y'all friend?
hatred or none of this. And then I know people probably judge me or whatever. They're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Especially since you teach, I know I do specifically. I literally just said this to my daughter yesterday, who was 18, like Leon's oldest. I said, yo, when y'all out here moving around, it's safety in numbers. You stay
Safety
together,
in
you go
numbers.
somewhere together, you come back together.
Exactly.
Everybody watches out for each other. You don't let nobody stray off. So I totally understand you saying, look, you may
Big
not have done this,
facts.
but you let my daughter wander off.
Exactly.
And this is a result of what happened.
Exactly.
Now, but from the videotapes, it does seem like your daughter was intoxicated. Was she drinking or was it pills? Do you agree that maybe she was under the influence in some way?
And it's the epileptic medicine, too.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, can you explain that?
Now, see, from my understanding, as me speaking with the doctor, he stated to me that that level that they're trying to say, because I'm reaching out and
Y'all
asking,
listen to this.
and he stated to me that that's not even a level where you could be sloppy drunk, as though the video's saying.
Can't be sloppy drunk.
He said that's like a tipsy level. And the medication is not enough, strength to have her like this. So, which shows that whichever went on, whatever was in her system, she was still strong enough to try to fight it off. She's still trying to look for a way out. How could that, go unacknowledged from the security, from the hotel? Some employees that was down there in the area that she was seen in. How could not, no one not notice my child? And then when we came up there looking for my child, why? We couldn't get no help from no one.
Why? Just why?
We don't really have the words, to take away the pain. I wish we had it. We've all experienced loss in our own personal lives, so we do understand what you're going through. We want you to know that our hearts are with you.
Thank you.
And that we appreciate you coming on our show this morning and giving your side to the story. This is a story that has touched all of Chicago, and not just Chicago, all outside of Chicago.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not sure if it's public. You mentioned a second ago, but you experienced breast cancer.
Yes.
And the week that everything was happening, the reason why Andrew Holmes saw the videotape before the mother is because you had surgery that day.
And he knew that I was going to have surgery.
She was going to
that
surgery.
Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah, she had surgery the Wednesday prior. So that is why he saw
You
the
heard
video
that? They
prior
try to take
you.
advantage of me.
And how is your health in that manner right now? Are you fine with the cancer? Is it completely gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
thank God for
Thank
that.
God, yes.
Yeah,
Thank God for that.
No
Absolutely.
chemos, radiation, no pills. Gone.
People, you are still in people's prayers. People still want to help you. So
Thank
do you
you.
have any outlet? We know there was different outlets for people to donate monies. Are there anything that someone
listen
listening right
to
now
her.
that might want to contribute to
There's
you
no
financially in
outlets.
any way? Is there a way that they can do so?
No.
Right now I don't have no outlets.
Okay.
I had a
She
youth
isn't
care,
just
but I
about the
closed
money.
it down.
She closed it down. She really wants answers
So
and
how are
help.
you carrying on from here then?
She's saying F that money.
Like, what steps or what petitions or what moves are you making? Because I know you said you want them to reopen that investigation. How are you trying to get them to do that? You just
Well, hopefully by coming to you all,
okay.
attending everybody, reaching back out to everyone that reached out to me as far as coming on to their show as a guest.
Yeah.
I'm ready now. See, I had
She's
to see
ready.
what their findings was, or try to get help, and
I
I'm
told y'all.
figuring because I didn't want to talk about something I didn't know about.
Right.
But here go the proof with the
She
pictures
gotta
and all
figure it
that.
out
Just what I
first.
thought. Something just not right.
Something isn't
Understood.
right.
One last question I wanted to ask you. Earlier we spoke on this, and you said that Rosemont. Well, we spoke on it. The fact that Rosemont turned down help from the FBI.
Right.
Are
You
you
can't
able
turn
to
down
go to
help from the
directly
FBI.
and say,
I
I don't
don't
want to
know.
deal with them. Can y'all help me,
I
please?
don't know. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. I don't know how that works, but I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
And before we let you go, something I want you to get this out to the world, to any young ladies that might be listening around the age of your daughter. Just play the role of big sister or mother or auntie in their life. Give them a message right now from your loss. Give them a message to them. Something that they need to take heed to.
Okay, this to the young girls. I know y'all think y'all parents, especially your mothers and your fathers, don't. They know everything. In all nationality they do. When it comes to listening to your parents, listen. As far as your friends, if you're gonna be friends, don't leave one another. Keep that loyalty within. if you go out together, come back together. Don't never underestimate. Always suspect the unexpected at all times.
Absolutely. We appreciate your strength.
Absolutely.
We love you so much.
Yeah, we
we
admire
love you
you.
so much. Your family is in our prayers.
No
Like,
doubt.
I just wish we had more words to give, but just know that the love is there. And you spoke to the city of Chicago, and you are the mother, so we will honor your wishes.
Thank you.
Do you want all the conspiracy theories on Facebook to stop? Though we didn't bring that up,
Yeah.
but how was that with all the Facebook people coming in with their ideas? Did that hurt you in any way? With, like, at one moment before we saw the video, it was allegations she was being, raped in the video, the first Facebook Live. Like, it was so many.
Or it was they were harvesting her organs. Like, I've heard some of the craziest stuff, and to the point where, having met you and having talked to you, and I was like, yo, dog, like I'm in a barbershop now, fam, come on, y'all gotta stop this. It's confusing enough as it is.
Right.
Exactly. See, I say it like this. Well, of course, people are going to speak up on something they don't know about.
Okay.
It ain't nothing no one could say to me that can hurt me more than me losing my child. So everything they saying, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Unless they can show me that camera that was on top of that freezer, then I'm going to listen. Well, of course I watch. But I'm not falling into it. See, they wasn't there to see this camera that was directly on top of this freezer. I know this. That's why, it's good to look at the theories, because, hey, the hotel wasn't, or the Rosemont Police Department wasn't giving us anything.
Exactly
My
what I've
attorney
been
studied
saying.
asking them for, having to go to court to subpoena these records, and we're still not getting them all. So, hey, like I said, when we went to this closing of this meeting, as far as my daughter in this freezer, they only showed us 4 pictures, but then they put up in there, on their website, more pictures than what they showed us.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they also, I forgot, before we said in this, they said it wasn't no faulty foul play. I wonder, what was that? Did y'all see the picture of her fingernail?
I don't remember seeing that particular picture.
She's talking about the one with the bag.
Black ice on her nail, or a piece of a garbage bag.
You see that? She
So, all this, why not take fingerprints?
Right.
Why
You see all
not?
this evidence. And then, they didn't see anything, no faulty play. Somebody, FBI, somebody look up into it to try to help.
And just to be clear, you're saying that they're actually, with your own eyes, you saw a camera that was pointing directly to the freezer.
That was over the top of the freezer.
Yes, that
So
was
you
over
would
top.
have had a visual of
That's
anybody
right.
walking
Right.
in and out in that area.
Exactly.
With your own eyes.
And what did they say that when you asked about that camera, you get no answer?
The day as I'm looking at the freezer with my daughter laying there on the stretcher, in the white bag, that day, I asked the detective and the sergeant about that camera. I pointed to the camera, and I asked him, "Did that camera work?" Because he told me it wasn't no camera in there around.
Lenore
that
showing
could
him
have
the picture
caught
with
her
the
walking
with
into
the
this
trash
freezer.
bag.
So I said, "Is that camera working?" They looked back at the shot, and the detective stated to me, "He don't know. He's gonna look into it." Okay. So that was the first lie, because you said it wasn't it wasn't no way that you could see her entering or exiting this freezer. And the sergeant just said flat out, no, that camera didn't work.
Wow. So all the cameras work, but the one camera that needs to
The
confirm
one most
everything.
important, right.
And
But the freezer was still operational.
yeah, but
right?
the freezer, and then also
I can see how I can see you as a mom not being okay with the information, because just as a public figure, I'm just going off the information given, and it's like, well, it seems like maybe what's been presented to us, it seems like maybe she was unfortunately inebriated, didn't know where she was going, like she was finding somewhere to go and walked into the freezer, and that could have been the end of it. But after talking to you and saying that there actually was a camera that can show everything, that does raise more questions.
Yeah, it sounds like with everything that you've given us today, it makes me feel like we got just enough public information to agree with this narrative, and here's what we're showing you. That's it, guys. Case closed.
exactly.
Yeah, I can understand your feelings, no question.
And it's so crazy how could this,
Yeah,
the Justice Department, United States Justice Department allowed this to be. I know
Exactly.
somebody hearing us and hearing me.
We
and
hear
heard
you,
me,
baby.
And someone seeing it.
Do you still have your attorneys? Do you still have your lawyers?
Yes.
Okay.
okay.
And we all out here trying.
Yeah.
Well, once again, we thank you. We hopefully you said everything that you would like people to know about what's going on, and you get further help with this case. If you're not ready for it to be closed, then so be it. Let it continue.
It's not closed.
Yeah. So thank you.
It ain't gonna be closed till we get some
Come up here
answers.
today.
You're welcome.
Speak to us. Is there anything else that you wanted to say before you go?
Oh yeah.
Because you look like you had something on your mind really quick.
As far as the videos, as we can see, the person that allegedly found my daughter body in his freezer, he took a set of keys, opened his freezer, from what it appears to be. Opened the door, and it took keys for him to open the door.
To get her out.
To get her
So that
out.
means
To
she was
acknowledge
locked
that she
in.
was in
That
there.
means
So
she was locked in.
So how, if this door was locked, how in the world, if the kitchen closed or abandoned or whatever, how could she get up in this freezer by herself?
Exactly.
You
How?
understand? Shouldn't they have took them same set of keys
To
or
open
some
the
kids
door.
to open the door just like it took for
That's fair.
them to open the door
Yep.
to
Very
get her
fair.
out, or to acknowledge all
She-
of a sudden
she got good
that she's
brains.
up in there.
She not
umpteen
slow or
hours
nothing.
later.
Yeah.
Y'all try to paint her to be crazy. She know what she's talking
A lot
about.
of unanswered questions.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
But they said no faulty play, no foul play.
Right. Well, we hope you get the answers.
Yes.
We hope you get the answers. I mean, at the end of the day, we hope you get the answers that'll let you, sleep at night. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I know it's got to be difficult to not know exactly what happened to your own child. So we don't wish that on anybody. We're happy to see that you're strong, but we wish for you to have some sort of closure in this case.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right. Chicago, Miss Teresa Martin, and Mother Kanika Jenkins, man, we appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You're
Y'all
welcome.
heard
You
that,
all have a
right?
great one, and thanks.
Since day one, Rosemont's been with the like we all have suspected. And y'all looking into their interview, y'all could tell that lady has nothing to do with nothing. Besides the fact that she's hurting for her child. She can't get answers. The FBI isn't, grabbing hold of the case. And Rosemont has been with the mess since day one. So y'all really play that interview back if y'all need to, or whatever y'all need to. Y'all listen to that interview over and over again for whatever it takes. Y'all get the message out there, and let's continue moving forward to keep trying to help her and bring answers and awareness. Because just like she said, there's nothing out there that can hurt her more than losing her child. And all of these theories and things, she stated, even blatantly stated that, we're having to do these theories because Rosemont isn't doing anything. Y'all gotta ask yourself some questions. If this is an accident, this would have been solved, case closed. Miss Teresa wouldn't be doing interviews. But as y'all heard her, she has the strength now to do these interviews and talk about it and get on these platforms finally that are opening their doors to her. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. So y'all, I don't know. But meet me in the comments. Let's talk about it. What do you all think now? Me personally, from day one, I stated Miss Teresa had nothing to do with this. She's hurting. I don't know what what it would take for her to, for the public to understand she has nothing to do with this. But, she deals with different things. She's dealing with a lot of things, from cancer to losing her child to not getting answers to all type of stuff. And I told y'all the reason why she didn't hand over that phone is because she was scared. She was scared to give over that phone to the cops or go back in their presence. You know what I'm saying? It took her so many times. Why would it take her 3 times and they denied her 3 times before even ever trying to help her with her child? You know what I'm saying? And then 36 hours passed, you all. Don't forget about that. 36 hours passed. That's 36 hours that they could have did whatever they wanted to with Kanika and everything else, as far as even reenacting and everything. We seen for our own eyes in that freezer that that they did something with that camera. That man with that green jacket, they took that camera. The cops, the Rosemont police put out on those reports, they were talking about that camera. And then again, you all, don't y'all think that it's crazy that they told this lady that she can't touch her child because it's a crime scene, but yet there's no yellow tape. The coroner or whatever, Frank Markle dude, well, not coroner, but Frank Markle, he took his gloves off and started doing whatever with this case. Y'all, that's enough to say, oh, y'all are tainting the evidence. You know what I'm saying? There was no fingerprints taken. Why was there no fingerprints taken? And like she stated, and like I stated the other day, since day one, before even doing any type of exam work, before taking tests or anything of the sort, they've been stating that, oh, this was accidental from day one. That's without an autopsy. That's without a police. That's without anything. So, y'all, I'm telling y'all, It's big. It's a cover-up. Y'all heard that from her own mama's mouth. She thinks that it's a cover-up. And everybody that was in that hotel, from the party to the staff to hell, the people that bought a room that night and just so happened to be at the hotel, everybody is a suspect. You get what I'm saying? Everybody's a suspect. So the whole investigation has been tainted. Why was Rosemont doing the protocols and mishandling the case as they did? And y'all got to keep in mind, there are no police around that can tell the FBI what to do. Don't y'all see that? They're doing this right in front of our face. A whole corruption is taking place in our face, and a whole cover-up is taking place in our face, and all that they're doing is laughing and giggling because they closed the case. Like she said, when you look at the pictures, what do you think? Do you think it's an accident? If this was your child and they blasted your child like this on the internet, what would your child's legacy be? Would it be an accident? Or would you know what I'm saying, would you have good sense enough to know that, no, this wasn't no accident? Y'all saying this, that, and the third, and just like how they do try to tell her about hypothermia. You see that lady got good sense because she was still able to quote things about hypothermia. No, she's looking into things. Like I said, she's probably playing it cool because down in Chicago, you got to move different. You can't move how y'all want her to move. You got to play it cool because at any given second, between corrupt cops and just people ready to kill somebody, you know, you gotta be careful with your life and what you do. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like this lady is blatantly stating, I need help still. These activists, they came in my face and about the blue like, oh, we're here to help you. But y'all took advantage of this lady. Y'all heard that lady? They took advantage of her from day one. Then after the pictures came back, now everybody's hearing from God and kumbaya and oh my gosh, we're back on Kanika. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to everything. Yeah, everybody that's stating, why are we still talking about this case? You need to be asking, call up Miss Teresa, ask her why she's still talking about the case. Because the last time I just checked and heard, she hasn't found no answers. She hasn't been given anything. She's been treated like she is the suspect. Y'all heard that? They've been looking at her like she was the problem. They denied her a right to touch her child, see footage, and whatever else. Then why is the sergeant getting angry with her and getting rude and getting attitudes with her? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole lot of everything going on. You know what I'm saying? So we need to keep that in mind because we got a lot of work to keep on going because as we all know, the case is closed. So there's a lot that we have to do just for the case to get back open. And if that means coming up with 10 more thousand theories, hell, if it makes sense, then it makes sense. But by all means, we can't stop and we got to keep eyes and voices on this case because Rosemont is definitely behind a lot of this. You know what I'm saying? And the staff is behind a lot of this. Y'all heard her. The manager walked back there freely with them keys and opened it up. That means somebody would have had to open it up with some keys to put her in there. Obviously, you're unlocking it with the keys. You know what I'm saying? So y'all pay attention to the things that she blasted out into this interview. Yeah, she might not have directly said certain things, but look in between it. You got to look in between what she's saying. What is she saying? It's deep and it goes deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about even when Monifa and Irene did the 911 call and they stated, oh, a police report has already been filled out. Y'all going to have to come back and fill it out. First off, you didn't even say a name. They didn't even say a name. They didn't say Kanika Jenkins is missing. So how does the police automatically know that a missing report has been made out on our friend? Read between the lines. And if a missing report was taken out, why we gotta come back down to the police station so you can file another one? I mean, damn, how many police reports do it take before you understand that somebody's missing? You know what I'm saying? And then keep in mind, the police came to the hotel not because of the missing situation, but because Lenore forgot to sign the missing person report. Say what? Y'all don't think that's crazy? And then all the hotel has been caring about is money, making money. That's why they've been arresting people, trying to get people off the premises, trying to stop protests and things of that sort. It's crazy. This is no accident. This is no accident. And I told y'all the other day, if somebody comes within this case talking about this is an accident, that's just somebody trying to take you away from what it is you see. If you know you see something with your eyes that don't look right, like she said, you look at them pictures, what did you see? You know it don't look right. And if it don't look, sound, or feel right, obviously 9 times out of 10, or basically 10 times out of 10, it's not right. She was scared to go back down to that hotel because she thought that they was going to do something to her. If that's not telling, I don't know what is. Then everybody else treating her and her the other daughter, Lenore, like they're criminals. That's suspect. It doesn't make sense. How did Rosemont police, like I said, how did they know off top without anybody mentioning a name that, hey, there's been a report filed already for her? That lady is innocent. I don't care what nobody says. That lady is innocent. No, because she don't have no reason. There's not enough reason. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for her. She wants answers and she wants help. She cut down, took down even her little GoFundMe, whatever it was. She stopped all of that just so y'all can understand and quit judging her and understand that she still needs answers. She wants answers. That's what she's been hollering from day one. Show me the proof. Show me Kanika walking into the freezer and putting herself into that freezer. I'm not denying anything that you're saying. Just show me what you're saying to be true. Her story hasn't changed. Her story has not changed. So like I said, play this interview back. Watch it however many times you need to. Stop it, pause it, play it some more. But really look and hear between the lines at what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's enough to go off of. We know that this isn't no accident. Just like we know that somebody's covering up something for whoever, whatever, and however. So we got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. As y'all see, people are trying to already cut voices off, cut videos off, removing footage, taking down footage, and everything else because they don't want her to get on these platforms, for one. They don't want the FBI, for two, to get involved. But remember this. There is no police station out there that can deny the FBI because the FBI, if they want to hop on some shit and get on some shit and take over some shit, they going to do just that. No police can say, oh, I deny the FBI. Since when? The police are not bigger than the FBI. If the FBI want to jump on this case right now, guess what, Rosemont? That's what they going to tell Rosemont Police. We don't need y'all no more. Hand us over the case. Y'all aren't dealing with this case no more. But there is no police station out there that can deny the FBI. And then it doesn't make sense. Why did the Rosemont Police tell Lenore and them that they can't leave the police station to come to the area where the girl has been found, where the girl was last seen, to fill out a police report and state that she has been missing? Since when? When you call 911, hey, I need your help. Where's your location? I'm at this place. The police is gonna come. So why did Rosemont tell them, no, we can't leave right now? Say what? Y'all can't leave. What y'all doing? Y'all know these people is taking advantage of her, and you already know why. You don't have to ask yourself, why is these people taking advantage of her? For one, her color. For two, she's in a poverty neighborhood. For three, they think she don't got no good sense, and they trying to play her out to be crazy because they know that she don't got the money that she needs and the voices that she needs on this case to get it back open. But let me tell y'all something. That lady ain't crazy. That lady far from crazy. That lady ain't crazy. People with good sense won't be able to sit up here and conduct a 40-minute video in an interview knowing exactly what they talking about. She know what she talking about. She seen that camera. We weren't there. That's what she stated. We weren't there. If that lady said she know that there was a camera on top of that freezer, God damn it, I believe her. She know that there was a camera on the freezer. Then think about this. Lenore stated that the police and them looked for 5 minutes for Kanika. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minutes looking for Kanika, and said that they looked this way and they looked that way and they could not locate Kanika. Locate a Kanika. 5 minutes. That's how long that they thought that she was worth. A 5-minute search. So now this case isn't over. To be honest, it's just getting started. Because we got a long way to go. And I'm going to talk to y'all later. Jump in the comments and let's talk about it. But right now, I don't want to hear nobody else state that Miss Teresa has something to do with her daughter, dying and going into a freeze or anything else. I don't want to hear that because it's furthest thing from truth. Bye, y'all.